Hi everyone, Dr. Jeff LaCure. Welcome to the last episode of the Wake Up Call for July. I can't believe it's already July 31st, which means when we wake up tomorrow, it's already August. So that means when we wake up tomorrow, we're a month away from September. Hey, I just decided I wanted to start this podcast off by bringing you down. Let me lift you up for a second. July 31st has a significance for me, as today my daughter celebrates her 25th birthday. So happy birthday, Savvy. And I will say this on camera. I'm not going to say that I'm super excited. I'm not going to say that I'm proud. I'm not going to say that she's special. I'm not going to say that she's amazing. Why? Because I'm consistent. And I can't suggest that you really reconsider how much you hype up your own kid for doing ordinary things. I'm not going to hype up the fact that my daughter turns 25 today, a day she shares with probably billions of people across the world. But I will say this, it has significant importance to me. And in some ways, I hate to even share it because today's podcasts are little things that annoy me. And one of the things that annoy me is when I'm checking out at a grocery store and somebody says, "How's your day?" And I will get to that in a moment. They tell me it's their birthday. And I guess I'm supposed to respond. And again, think about it. I don't know you. It is your birthday. It is a day that you share with billions of other people. So it makes the day in itself not unique. It makes the day in the sense that you were born not unique. There are times, however, particularly when I'm in a great mood, like when I got coupons or I'm 2 for 1 or buy 3, get 3 free. God, I love those moments. I might actually sneak a happy birthday in there. More importantly, what I say is I hope you enjoy the day. And I don't ever say your day. I just say I hope you enjoy the day. There's something about birthdays. There's something about the way culturally we celebrate things that I hope you'll always consider. And it really is a family thing. It's a day for the family to celebrate. And that's why I bring it up today. It is my daughter's birthday. But for me, it is a wonderful day of celebration. And the cool thing about her day of celebration for me is now that she's 25, she's still as feisty as she was the day she was born. I think she just came out feisty. And hence the name Savannah, hence the name Savvy. But her middle name is Grace, and I want to talk to you today about grace. I want to talk to you today about kindness. I've been spending a lot of time talking with you about we got to, cancel culture. We got to stop all the woke BS. And really we need to start being kinder and gentler and more considerate of each other. And as I think about grace, and it's something I talk about in every podcast that I do, grace, humility, significance. Today I want to talk to you about ways that I think people are trying to seem kind, but in actuality it doesn't come across kind. And it's the way that our language in this country has been morphed. I'll give you an example. I was at a restaurant the other day. I'm not naming them because they're not a sponsor. If they want to be a sponsor, I'll name them all the time. I'll have their menu sitting right here next to me instead of my own books. I'll promote you, but you got to promote me too, restaurant. So I was sitting in a restaurant, an unnamed restaurant, kind of a good restaurant, commercial restaurant, not a mom and pop shop, just a chain restaurant. And the waitress at the very end, I said, "Thank you." And she said, "No problem." And we got to stop saying no problem. Think about that as a response when someone says thank you. No problem. No problem. It is no problem that I served you your food. It is no problem that I went back to the kitchen and got your food. It was no problem that I gave you menus, gave you a napkin, gave you a knife, fork, and a spoon, refilled your water. It is no problem. I wonder what happened to those 3 beautiful words. They're so beautiful. Allow me to sing them to you in a very poetic way. You are welcome. You are welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. and the response, you're welcome. But no, the new catchphrase, and there's two of them, I'll highlight them both, is no problem. No problem. Can you imagine me as a shrink working with a couple, and at the end of their journey with me, they go, thank you, Dr. LaCure, and I go, no problem. Right? How off-putting would that be? Well, I tell you, it's as off-putting as when waitstaff tells me, no problem, or anybody does anything. Hey, could I was in Home Depot the other day. Damn it, I slipped it out. They're not a sponsor. I was in a large chain supply store the other day, and I asked where the bathroom fixtures are. And a young kid actually directed me all the way down, walked me to it. Great customer service, and I thanked him, and he said, of course, no problem. See, it was no problem that he did what he's paid to do. He's letting me know that I'm not infringing on him. It's no problem, Jeff. It's cool. It's no problem. No problem helping you. Instead of actually closing the loop in such a gracious way, there's that word again, you're welcome. Have a great day. And the other way that I'm hearing people respond to genuine thank you, and we'll talk about all the artificial thank yous that are out there that I'm getting, quite frankly, sick of hearing of, and it's eroding our language, is when you say thank you and they go, of course. Again, I think that's a whole different level of no problem. It's like, of course I was going to be helped. You don't even need to thank me. Again, I would love to say that to a couple or an individual or somebody I'm helping stay off of alcohol and drugs, and they say thank you, and I go, of course. Of course. Of course. Nah. Don't say no problem. And don't say of course, because when you do that, you're demonstrating to the person who gave you thanks that you're not really paying attention to the fact that they gave you thanks. See, you should really feel gracious. You really should. You should feel gracious and good and acknowledge when somebody thanks you. Thank you. Thanking somebody is higher level emotional stuff. It's the higher level kind of genuineness that we have with human beings. Now, there are so many moments when people just overdo the thanks. Thanks. Like this one. Now, you remember last week I talked to you about in retail, they like to out-excite each other, and they go, I'm super, super excited. I'm super excited. When someone says, man, I'm pumped up, I'm fired up, whatever it is, I got to out-excite somebody, right? I got to be more excited than Jimmy or more excited than Susie. I don't even know if those names exist anymore. It's 2023. I should probably use contemporary names, but I'm super, super excited. I'm stoked. It's sick. It's crazy. I'm just super excited. Yeah, you hear where I'm headed. It erodes the kindness and the intellectual and emotional discourse and intercourse that we have in communication. And so now people overuse thanks. Listen to someone's voicemail. Hi, you've reached Dr. Jeff LaCure. After the tone, please leave a message. And what did 99% of people say? Thank you. Thank you for leaving me a message. I love this one. Thanks for calling. My life has become so lonely and so inept that someone leaving me a voicemail from someone trying to sell siding. Thanks for calling. Thank you. Now again, I consider thank you and thanks and gratitude higher level human stuff. But when we overuse it and we thank people for trivial stuff, like actually my phone is tucked away. God, I hate phones. But I'll pretend like this is my phone. Thank you for calling. Please leave a message after the beep. Thank you. I'm actually okay with, because I'm cynical. I'm okay with people leaving on their voicemail message. I hope you have a great day. It's certainly better than I hope you have a shitty day, or I hope you have no day and you die in 6 hours. I mean, I'm cool with people wishing me some good stuff. But again, we overuse thank you, and then like we overuse I'm super excited instead of just, hey, I'm excited. Like, I don't even know what, that's like saying to my team, which I never do, let's give it 120%. So that's 20% more. That, 100% is everything. See this remote? Not mine, but I'm borrowing it. It's 100% there. I can't say let's give this another 20% on the remote, right? But we like to, man, everything is just so fired up. We got to give it 120%. I heard this in a restaurant the other day too. A woman got her glass of water refilled. The waitstaff was doing their job and actually doing it really well. Didn't drip anything, put a few ice cubes in the glass. It was kind of cool. And the customer's response, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'd like to leave, thank you so much. I really appreciate it for something really, thank you, I really appreciate it, worthy. Hey, you just discovered the cure for cancer. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You go to a dentist and you're about to lose your tooth and the dentist saves it. Thank you so much. I got to tell you, I really appreciate it. Oh, you just refilled my glass with water? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Watch the show on Netflix. Not a sponsor. Neither is Hulu, you wily dogs, you. Watch The Designated Survivor and watch President Kirkland, his character, how many times he goes, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Just constant thank you. See, if you thank people all the time for nothing, then it starts to mean nothing. If your response to a genuine thank you is, well, of course. Like, hey, asshole, why would you thank me? I just did my job. Of course. Or, no problem. Thank you for, thank you. I had a waitstaff member, actually, like I said, refilled my glass of water. It was cool. I was pumped. She didn't spill it. And I just said, thank you. Didn't even say, thanks. That's like, sorry. I'll get to that in a moment. Said, thank you. And like I said, I got hit with no problem. I just want to have a you're welcome. I just want an acknowledgement of the feel good, not a diminished of it at all. Let's get rid of this word. Let's just, I said cancel culture because, I don't want to cancel it. I just want to get rid of it. I don't want to use it anymore. I don't use it anymore. When I use it, I joke. And I'm going to use the word appropriately, and I'm going to use it how the majority of people use it. Ready? Thanks. Thanks. Right? I don't even have the motivation, the momentum, the inspiration to say thank you. Thanks. 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 Think about all the times your friends, right, would you, thanks. Thanks. How about just thank you? Thank you with some inflection. Not thank you, I really appreciate it. Just thank you. Pet peeve number 75 on the way many of you communicate. Stop asking people how they're doing and then walk by them before they can respond to it. Hey, how you doing? Translation, really don't give a shit about how you feel today, but I wanted to fill the dead space with air as I walk by you because I'm awkward. Hey, how you doing? If you want to blow people away, tell them not great. It's been an awful day. Tell them the truth and see how many people stop. And I love how people are pre-programmed now. This is a lovely response, right? Let's do the square dance of crappy verbiage that really shows we don't tend to care about each other, but we use words that make us think we care about each other. Look, I'm getting fired up. I'm getting emotional about it. Hey, how you doing? And here's the response. Fine, thanks. See, we used to be, fine, thank you. How are you doing? Right? Okay. Thank you. How are you doing? But we're such an abbreviated society now. We're such an immediate gratification society. We can't even say the whole sentence anymore. We go, fine, thanks. Fine, thanks. Fine, thanks. Fine, thanks for asking. Thanks for asking a question that you didn't really care about. Hey, how you doing? Do you know when my clients come into my office, I never ask them, hey, how you doing? And the irony is, I really care about how they're doing. But I'm not going to give them the same verbiage that everybody else gives them who really doesn't care. See, I care, so I never ask them, hey, how you doing? Sometimes I might say, hey, how was your week? Any updates? You look tired, you look fired up, great to see you. I never go, I'm super excited to see you. Maybe I should try that. But I'm not fake. See, I'm anti-fake. Let me be clear. I'm anti-fake. So no problem. Of course. How you doing? Fine, thanks. Actually, do a little experiment. You'll be surprised. You don't even say, just go, don't even ask somebody how they're doing, and they're going to be pre-programmed to go, fine, thanks. And that's it. Understand that no one gets under the surface when you go, hey, how you doing? Fine, thanks. Oh, I love this one. Fine, thanks, you. Right? The ultimate get away from me. Fine, thanks, you. We can't even just complete it. So don't ask anybody how they're doing unless you got a few seconds or a few minutes to stop and pause and listen to the question. Stop asking questions that you don't really care what the answer is. Maybe next week my podcast will be on just stop. Just stop. See, if you notice a theme and a trend in a lot of my podcasts, it is about stop, isn't it? Stop giving your kids phones when they're young. Stop letting your kids live on electronics. Stop not paying attention to your children in restaurants. Stop trying to get them to question who they are all the time. Stop telling them how special they are when they haven't done anything special. Stop lying to them. Stop lying to yourself. Stop posting pictures of your kids over and over and over again because they picked up their first acorn. That's right, I saw that on social media the other day. I'm going to make up a different name to try to respect their anonymity. Billy picked up his first acorn today. And you know, I bullshit you not. Do you know what they also said in their post? I have to sit here and literally gather myself. Look, I'm holding on to this like somebody who's afraid to fly, who's sitting in the middle seat in a plane. Spirit Airlines, we all know about that tragedy. Never will be a sponsor after I've said that. Billy picked up his first acorn today. I was super excited. Oh my God. Billy, I hope you do a lot more than pick up acorns because you're 28 years old. Right? Think about that. Obviously, he wasn't 28. I hope you appreciate the humor. I don't know how old he was, but he picked up an acorn, and Mom was super excited. We need to stop. We need to think about what we say, how we say it, and when we say it. We need to be gracious in our communication. We need to be gracious in our communication. Give you another example of how kindness is just slowly eroding. I was leaving my gym. I'm a member of 2 gyms, and since they're not sponsors, they get no free press. But they're local. Wouldn't that be great for you guys, Jim? You gyms, you old dogs, you, to get some free local press right here? You get none. Sponsor me, I'll give you plenty of press. I have a little sign over here for you. I'll mention you by name. I'll talk about how friendly your staff is. But now I'm going to talk about something that happened where we just aren't gracious. So I was walking out, and at this particular gym, there's a door, then this little tiny area. It's like a weird trap. It's like a weird metal detector without metal detectors, and then the door leads to the outside. And there was a woman, and she and I were approaching the door. I guess she was approaching it a little sooner. I was a gentleman because that's how I was raised. Not bragging, just stating fact. And I learned real well from my father, and she went in. And by the way, if it was a man, I would have done the same thing. It had nothing to do with gender. It had to do with respect. because I was super excited. And she walked in front of me and she pushed the door open and let it go. And I thought, okay, may have slipped, sweaty from the gym, super excited at the gym, whatever it might have been. And then we go into the trap, and then the exterior door, she pushed it, she let it go. I spoke up and I said, excuse me, ma'am, you let both doors almost hit me. And to her credit, she was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I said, no worries. I didn't say no problem because she didn't thank me. I said, no worries. And I let her know the truth. I would have never done that to you. I do hope you have a good day. See, we have stopped culturally for some reason just being kind, holding a door for somebody, or actually saying thank you when somebody holds the door for us. See, that's kind of a cool thing, right? Someone is actually being considerate. And the majority of people who still hold doors for other people, they don't do it for the thank you. They do it because they're good people. They're good folks. Now, of course, as you would imagine, I have had people hold doors for me. It's really, really kind of cool. And of course, because I was raised to appreciate the value of gratitude, I said thank you. And guess what the new response is? That's right, no problem. Jeff, it was no problem for me. It was no sweat. It didn't take me out of my day. It involved maybe a half of a second to 1 second to literally hold that door for you to walk through. No problem. And just instead of you're welcome. So I'm going to give you a you're welcome right now as I wrap, because this is your wake-up call. Consider what you say, how you say, and maybe most importantly, why you say it. I promise you, if we ever bump into each other at any place and you show me kindness and grace, I will thank you. And I hope, I'm a big believer in hope, I hope if we ever bump into each other, I will show you kindness and grace. And I will never respond to your thanks or your thank you or your grace or your kindness with of course. Ever. I'm Dr. Jeff LaCure. And guess what? This has been your wake-up call. I'll see you in August.